today I'm going to be making some beats, but before I do that, I'm gonna show you guys what is on my production stand right here. And I'm gonna go through the equipment really quick so you guys can see what I'm using today. Y'all know I switch up all the time, but this is what I'm going to be using today. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I got on the stand. All right, so the first thing is the MPC X Special Edition. This is the brains of the whole operation. Without this, nothing works. I know you can use other keyboards and stuff like that to sequence, but this right here is the best sequencer when you have like keyboards and everything else. Nothing beats it. I have all my drums and stuff in there, and plus it has it now to where you can produce like in a linear fashion. So I don't need anything else. So this is what controls everything, and this is pretty much the finisher. The next thing we have underneath here is the ASM Hydrasynth. Just got this, still learning how to use this, but this has some really cool sounds. It's a digital synthesizer that tries to sound pretty analog, and it's not bad at all. I like the controls and everything on here. Has a lot of knobs, a lot of controls on here. One of the best things is, like, if you're trying to go in and change things, everything is right here. Everything is right here, and it is very dope. So if you're into sound creation, this is a very dope board. I pretty much pick a sound and I just run it into the MPC directly with just audio. Of course, I use, the MIDI to, control everything, but I pretty much commit and just run the audio directly in, because this board does not have multiple MIDI tracks, so you can only work with one sound at a time. So if I like a sound, I'll just use it, put it right on inside the MPC, and I'm done. And then on to the next sound. The next board I got right here is the Roland Fantom EX7. This is the 76 key. This thing is massive, and this thing is dope. 16 MIDI tracks, a gazillion sounds. This thing is incredible. Love this board. I do probably 90% of the work on this board. Now, inside of here, you have all of the Roland sounds, and I can import, other Roland sounds in here, so I can pretty much have every single keyboard inside of this one board. It does everything in here. Super easy to use with the MPC. Sound quality is great. It's amazing. Amazing. Amazing board. The next thing we have right here is the Chroma console. I'm going to hook this up because what I like to do is, when I'm running sounds out of the Hydrasynth, I run it through the Chroma console, and then I run it into the MPC. If you're trying to find some mangled sounds, or if you're trying to add some stuff to a particular sound, this thing does it all, and it's pretty much just an all-in-one pedal. This thing is dope. If you don't have one, I would say at least try it out. It's not for everybody, but it is a great, great, great pedal to run some effects and stuff like that through, especially with your synths and stuff. So sometimes I'll run even the Phantom through it, but this thing right here is dope. Now, this is not on my stand, but I use it a lot. This is the Motif ES rack. This is the oldie but goodie. I'm telling you guys right now, there is still no sounds that sound as good as like the pianos and the strings and some of the brasses out of this Motif ES rack. Like, this thing is incredible. Okay. And I can't stress enough, how good this thing still sounds in 2025. Like, this thing is dope. Now, what do I run everything through? I run everything through this Manley Force. I run everything through the Manley. It just does something. I can't really explain what it does. It just does something. Great mic pre, but I just run everything through that. It just gives it a crazy sound. It's nothing that's just going to just blow you out of the water, but it just gives you that extra sheer on top of what you're already doing. So this thing right here is a must in my setup. I run all my stuff through that Manley Force. Last but not least, I run everything into the Apollo X6 rack right here. I run everything in through stereo. I don't have any other inputs. I just run all the sounds in one by one. Sometimes I do 8-bar loops or something like that. And then I'll just complete the sequence inside of like Studio One and surprisingly even Pro Tools. Or if I feel that the mix is good on this, then what I do is I just bounce it directly down and I don't do anything else. I just sequence it, mix it on here, bounce it directly into here and then into the DAW, and I'm done. So yeah, this is my setup for today. I'm going to try to knock out maybe like 3 or 4 beats today. And yeah, this is what I use for today.